remove this upper belt cover.
In order to remove valve cover, you need also remove or just move aside timing belt cover because it slightly overlaps valve cover.
Socket to undo this housing, 2 bolts and 1 nut. Basically it's the same if you have deal with back engines, with diesel, everything is almost the same. Screwdriver pushing here and from this side, and then you can remove this suspension tank and take off this mount. If you want, you can remove this clamp and take off this suspension tank fully so it's not getting in the way. Now 13mm socket. Need to lift up engine just a little bit. 18 to undo these 2 bolts. And 16 to undo these 2 bolts. It's T30 to undo these pipes. This one and this one. To take off this pipe, you need to squeeze it in this direction. And take them off. 2 and 1 bolt over here, T30. And also I will take off this mount. And it's better to use screwdriver because you can easily rip this off and you can mark. There is a small retaining clip that holds these 2 pipes together. Now by pressing these clips over here and one is over here. Easily unplug injectors, press down and the screwdriver some now pull this up. And from this spot right here, detach this harness and clip over here. And you will see these connectors. Press, detach one. It's over here. Okay, we need to cut this. Need to also cut this one. Just move from right to left. T30. Of course. What else can... Harness 1 and harness 2. Need to squeeze this from both sides to remove.
You can mark position of the nuts of the high pressure pipes, so you will know that they are tightened correctly when you put them back. It's helpful if you don't have torque wrench at the moment.
$17 wrench to undo high pressure pipes and put in the back to protect from any dirt. Small caps on the rail, caps on the injectors. Everything's secure. Additionally, you can secure return line of the injectors. Inside of this can is plastic hose pipe. Just cut open and you have pipe to secure return line if you need to. Injectors clamping pieces. It's M8 multi-square bit. Injectors. Mark also injectors 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Washer and O-ring. And some numbers. Now T30 to undo valve cover. Slowly with screwdriver. Okay. Bolts are secured in valve cover, so they're not falling off, and all those gaskets you need to replace. This, and
Removing old sealing of the injectors from the valve cover. And this part is from this video. Sealant was applied, but I don't know if you need or want to do that. Degrease surface of the camshaft housing before installation of the valve cover.
Check of the PCV valve.
Now PCV valve. Let's look inside. Well, everything is fine, still elastic, no damage, cracks or anything. Okay, membrane in this plastic cup, then spring. Okay, and this side down. And before you add new oil or oil at all, better to take off rubber ring around the oil cap and clean from any dirt. So none of this crap gets into the engine. Power back in place. Tightening torque and sequence of the valve cover, and you need to pay attention to the numbers that are on the gaskets and sealing of the valve cover, because these sealings have different numbers and different sizes for different engines, of course, and for this engine they have those numbers. And valve cover gasket have this number and this kind of shape, and maybe you will need, this is the numbers of these sealings for other engines. And as you can see, injector oil seal have different size, and also valve cover gasket may have this kind of shape. So don't rush to throw away all these gaskets and sealings. Check the numbers first. I have this screwdriver, this kind.
Installation of the injectors.
And then spray it with brake cleaner. Because if you spray it inside of the chamber, you will have a small detonation when you start the engine. You can also use this tool, this kind of tool, to recut seats of the injectors, but use it only if the seats are in really bad shape, if really something bad is going on. If they are clean and no problems with that chamber, clean them in this way and you will be good. So washers are from one side a little bit rounded, and I usually install this rounded side. And I like to install these washers first into the injector bores, because if you install them on the injectors, sometimes they can fall off from the nozzle of the injector and straight into the places where you don't want them to fall. So you take screwdriver, put inside of this hole and drop washer inside. And on this engine, it won't make any difference which side you choose to install these copper washers, because usually they are burning out on the inner circle side. And it looks like that from the factory these copper washers were installed this flat side to the chamber, so maybe you should do the same. Make sure that everything is cleaned. So some people are complaining that when they replace injector sealing they still have leaks, so maybe to avoid that thing you can apply some sealant. And this place, it's about 7 millimeters. It's 7 millimeters to this place, and you apply sealant over here. It will be looking like that, and maybe then you will not have oil leak. And maybe people that still have leaks after replacement of the oil seals for the injectors just choose wrong oil seals with wrong part number, or maybe it's because of the failing PCV valve. Who knows, maybe. Lubricate a little bit. First install. And then with clamp in piece, install second. Make sure that they are on the same level. You also can degrease and apply sealant in the place where it touches the sealing in the valve cover, maybe to avoid some leaks. This is the place, and it's about something this way. Most of the sealant will stay outside anyway, and you can clean pipes with brake cleaner and fresh air. And before you tighten these bolts of the injector clamps, install high pressure pipes on the injectors and common rail tube and tighten them slightly by hand. You need to do this so the pipe will sit in its initial place and it will be centered a little bit more. And when you tighten nuts on the common rail tube, maybe you want to check how it looks like on the injector, so you will know it is still centered. And by doing so, you will prevent any leaks of the fuel from this connection. Then only tighten those bolts of the injector clamps, and then tighten nuts of high pressure pipes and
Some tightening torques of the common rail system elements.
right into the spot where it was.
Injector seal numbers.
And set up everything else.
Overview of the connector mounting locations on the engine.
Injectors. Scanner. And press ignition. So first you go to options, then press test to make sure that everything is connected correctly. Okay. Then press save. Next press select. We'll wait. Now engine. Now you select output test and you choose fuel pump electronics and press start, and you will hear that the fuel is going through the system. Or another option that you can choose in VCDS is select engine, then basic settings, then transfer fuel pump test, press go, and hit run. You can hear it from the side under the car. It will go by itself a couple of times. The air is pumping, still it's running, and it finished test, finished. Press stop, done, go back and start the engine. And you can do this test a couple of times to make sure that the air go out completely from the system. And now I will start the engine for short period. And this is alternative way of priming fuel system, but do it at your own risk. You can prime fuel. Just disconnect high pressure pipe from the injector, put on it hose, slacken all those nuts on the high pressure pipes, and then prime with the hand primer. Clean fuel into the rail, the air will come out, then you crank engine without connected injectors, just for like 30 seconds, then put back in and start the engine normally. Also, you can try to prime it through the filter. You can disconnect hose that goes to the filter, this one, connect over here, hand pump, and prime clean fuel into the system until air will come out from the high pressure pipes, then tight high pressure pipes, and some diagrams of the fuel system.